Ellie swished the black chair back and forth with both feet on the yellow stone floor while she waited for Admiral J's RVM. He was both her guardian and her mother's murderer, but despite the odd circumstances, she wasn't his prisoner. They called her the Ward of House Rega, and the Empire had made her mother into the goddess of humanity. Unfortunately, her mother's divine status could not undo the guilt Ellie felt. In her mind, she was equally to blame for her mother's fate, and this is what kept her from returning to Earth. But at the same time, it also made her an uncomfortable guest in the Empire. Naturally, Ellie used to despise Jay for what she had seen him do at her mother's public trial. But after her half-sister, Magnolia, had been born, posthumously, saved by Jay from her mother's dying body, learning more about Alliance culture, and accessing her mother's personal logs at Jay's insistence, Ellie was more understanding of his position, his culture, and had come to the conclusion that he was not completely evil. And Jay always defended himself by standing behind Alliance culture, explaining that he did what he had to do, and that her mother knew full well the consequences of her actions. Ellie could not outright say that Alliance culture was wrong, as it had saved her from who knows what fate in the galaxy after she had traveled over to be with her mother illegally. Had she been turned away from the Empire, she knew now, she would have definitely been picked up by slave traders, and she had no UPs to speak of for passage back to Earth, and she would have been sold just like the other human woman who had traveled over with her on the Diablo. Ellie also blamed herself for those other women's deaths. Had she not been on that ship, her mother would have never alerted the Empire to their existence, and they would have been smuggled in. Ellie swished the